Hi, Barner Temple Preschool. I am so excited to read you one of my favorite books, Where the Wild Things Are. And the story and the pictures were both done by Maurice Sendak. Where the Wild Things Are. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. Oh no, Max, look what he's doing with a hammer. And another, oh no, he should not be chasing the cat with a fork. Max. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, I'll eat you up, and he was sent to bed without eating anything. Max was not being nice. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. Look how tall those trees are. Can you find the moon? There it is out his window. And grew. Wow. That's a big forest in his room. You could hardly see his bed in between the trees. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines, and the walls behind him became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat just for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. There's a wild thing blowing smoky dragon breath. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with his magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened, and they called him the most wild thing of all. And they made him king of all the wild things. There he is with his crown. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. That's like a dance. And there they are, all the wild things are dancing and jumping, and so is Max. Dancing and jumping all around. And they were hanging from the trees, the wild things and Max. And then they had a parade, and they were marching all together. And there's Max on the shoulder of one of the wild things. Now stop, Max said, and he sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely, and he wanted to be somewhere where someone loved him best of all. Then all around from far across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. Where's he going? But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And he sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. Who do you think had left that supper for him? I think it might have been his mommy or his daddy. And it was still hot. So Barnard Temple Preschool, do you think that Max really did all of that? Or was that something he imagined while he was in his room thinking about the nice things that he should do and the nice way he should talk to his mommy? I hope you enjoyed that. Bye.